Hi, welcome. We're gonna do a quick stretch for hips and hamstrings. That's it, hips and hamstrings. So have a seat on the mat, have 2 blocks and a strap if you need them. Blocks, maybe more than straps, have them. If you don't need them, you don't need them, but it's better to have them close by instead of having to stop the video and go get them. We're gonna start in Baddha Konasana. So bring the bottom of your feet together, let the knees go wide. We're gonna sit up tall. This is the most important part. We're lifted really tall through our spine. Pull the feet in as far as you can, and you sit up tall. So if you're sort of hunched around and forward, you brought the feet in too far. Now hold on to the toes or the ankles and use it to inhale, lengthen your spine, and exhale, bring your belly closer to your feet, all right? So this is more about pulling and hinging from the hip, pulling the belly in, then the chest. The face is the last. A lot of times what people do is they'll bring their face in first, and then you leave your hips behind. So lifted chest, open up that space between your shoulder blades, and pull in. You feel the stretch in your hips, should feel really good. And then we'll gently come up. This time flap your wings. From here, with your own strength of your legs, press your legs down. Keep pressing, breathe normal, and release. Now flap your wings. Let's get rid of a little tension. And then inhale, lift up nice and tall, and then gently pull yourself forward. And this little white fluff you see in front of you is Livy. She is always near me. She is my little shadow, and she is used to me doing stuff down here, so she's pretty good. All right, we're gonna gently come up, bring the legs forward. Shake them out, rock your sit bones side to side, get a good grounding. And then from here, we're just gonna pull the right leg in for Janu Shirasana. So pull the leg in, pressing the foot into the inside of your left thigh. Inhale, lift up nice and tall, and then with your lifted spine, bring yourself forward. From here, inhale, lengthen to continue to keep length and decompression in the spine, and then your exhale attempts to take you longer. Now this is where a strap can be handy, right? If you're really tight and you're sitting back, you can put the strap on the bony structure of your foot, but you're not using it to pull you in. You're using it to help you sit up tall and pull the belly forward. That's what you're doing with this. So if you're using it to pull yourself in, it's the wrong thing. It's a wrong thing. So you're lifting up, you're still physically pulling yourself in. This helps you just keep that lifted spine. There's a difference, and we want to make sure you maintain that. Holding this pose. And then gently release. We're going to take that same leg, we're going to bring it up. Now, most of us are not going to be able to do the more advanced versions. We're going to put the hand behind us and reach the opposite hand forward. All you're going to do is reach forward, hug the knee. So put the bend of the elbow around the knee. Inhale, lift. Press into the back hand to stay lifted. And then exhale, pull on the knee in your hug to look over. If you have the ability to put the elbow on the outside of the knee, you can. Now, chest size and abdominal size will matter. So most of us need a hug, not a shove. So go ahead and hug. We're going to gently come out of that. Take the bend of the elbow around the knee. Now this is super important. Think of this as cradling a baby's head in the nook of your arm. You're going to grab your foot and pull the leg across the body. Now, if you have the flexibility to put this elbow nook around the arch, you're welcome to, or just hold. Remember, this is non-negotiable. Knee into the nook of your right arm, lift up tall, get structure in your foot so you're not yanking your foot out of shape, and then pull it up and high across the body. Sit up nice and tall, and you're welcome to kind of shimmy, shift, and gently rock. But you have a nice little stretch in your hip. Your knee is protected, your ankle is protected. And then gently Release that leg across the other thigh. We're going to hold onto the knee and the foot. We're going to inhale, lift, and we're going to exhale, gently pull our torso to that crossed leg, keeping the chest high. If you have the flexibility to come forward, you're welcome to reach for your ankle or your foot, but most of us can just hold on to the crossed leg. And then gently come up and bring that right leg long. Other side, Janu Shavasana. Bring the left foot into your right thigh. Sit up nice and tall. Once you're lifted, exhale, hinge forward. Walking out towards the extended leg. Hand can be on the floor. You're welcome to use your strap. What we want to do here is we're going to inhale, lengthen the spine to keep it decompressed and long, and then exhale, try to get us a little closer to the floor. All we need here is to feel a stretch in the back of the hamstring, the thigh. And then we're going to gently walk ourselves up. This time your left knee will come in. You're going to take your right arm, you're going to reach forward, give yourself a hug, bring your left hand behind you. Inhale, lift nice and tall. Exhale, pull to look over or hug, and then look over your left shoulder. And then gently come back to center. This is the one where we take the crook of our left arm and we put it around the knee. We create structure in our foot and we grab it with the hand. Lift up nice and tall. We're crossing the leg across the body. It's not down below, it's up high, okay? Lift tall with our spine, pull the leg in, and then you're welcome to rock. We're going to feel a stretch in our left hip down in the glutes. And then we're going to cross the leg over the thigh. Hold on. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold forward. You're always welcome to extend long and grab that foot. And then gently come up. All right, so we're going to cross our legs. We're going to roll over our own crossed ankles and come into a tall plank. You move through table. You can put your blocks at the top of the mat because if you're going to need them, you're going to want them close. Come into that tall plank, chest over your thumbs, and you're going to bring your right knee up behind your right wrist. It's on the outside edge of the mat. Walk your foot towards the other wrist. Bring the back knee down. Walk it back. Once you walk it back, press your left hip down, come to your forearms. Now, if you came into this position and it got really uncomfortable really fast, especially in your knee, you're just going to sit on your hip. You're going to bend your back knee, and you're going to just square your hands, one on each side of your knee, and you're going to come forward until you get a stretch. Most of us will be high. If you can't come to your forearms without rounding, come to your forearms with, on blocks. Both are options. If you're going to put your head down, do not let your head drop down. You're pushing your torso down, your belly down, and then your head comes down last. We want as straight as torso as possible as we come into this half pigeon pose. And then we're going to be here for a bit. So let your head rest, let your eyes close, and breathe. We need to be here long enough to have the piriformis, that glute, get an actual stretch. It's a big muscle, spends a lot of time doing a lot of heavy lifting, so we need to give it a chance to release. We'll take one more breath here. And then we'll gently press up. Bring your hands back out to the outside edges of your mat. Curl your back toe. Use your core to come into your tall plank. Once we're here, we switch to the left side. Left knee, outside edge of the mat behind your wrist. Walk the foot towards the other wrist. Best you can. Bring the knee down. Walk it back. Once you walk it back, you're pressing the right hip down. Pressing the belly down, pressing the chest down, bringing the forearms to the floor. Now, if this is the side that hurts the knee and the other side didn't, lower to your hip, let the back knee bend. Frame your front knee with your hands, and that usually gets you a nice stretch. If you need to bring your forearms to blocks, bring your forearms to blocks, because coming to the floor might not be there. So listen to your body. And then allow the right hip to press gently into the floor. Allow your belly and chest to come down, and then allow your head to rest on something. We don't want to hold our head up. We want it to get a break. Just breathe here. This is that pose where it just takes a little time to have the effect, to get the stretch. So take your time. All right, last breath here. We're going to gently press ourselves up. No matter where you are, swing both legs back. Bring them wide. Bring the toes together. Seat your hips back in a wide knee child's pose, and allow your head to rest on the floor. And gently press yourself up. Cross your ankles and have a seat. All right, if you found this video beneficial, I would definitely consider doing it more than once. The repetitive efforts of stretching are what get you length in the muscle. You can't stretch once and be done. It's very similar to bathing. All right, you don't wash yourself once and you're clean for the rest of your days. If you want to maintain flexibility, you have to constantly work at your flexibility. It doesn't have to be excessive hour-long efforts. Small efforts daily are wonderful, wonderful benefits to that. So this is nice and a little short, under 15-minute video, and we'll offer you a little stretch for the hamstrings and the hips. Hope you have a great day. If this was a